This week, a couple of gadgets, a couple of handy car gadgets, and of course, Toyota's wonderful GR86. You probably know the GR86 from the already released Subaru BRZ, which is the sister car. So like the last model, they've done a little bit of glamorizing up to make it a Toyota, or some would say the other way around. In any event, I think in this white it looks nice. That's a pearlescent white, and there's a lovely red and a blue as well. And in fact, when this first came out, it looked to some like it was just a heavy makeover of the previous model, but it's all brand new. It's a new 2.4 litre engine with 174 kilowatts, still a flat four, so a Subaru engine. The LED headlights, they look like these little jewel boxes and they appear to twist and turn. There's a couple of washers down here. From this side, I think is its most attractive angle. There's a vent here at the front to direct air over the wheels. At the bottom, look at the bottom of the skirt, how it flares out. And again, allegedly all for airflow. And it gives the body this really deeply sculpted shape, which you can only see in some lights, like this one, for example. The spoked alloy wheels have this kind of semi-matte finish, which I think looks really classy. They could easily have made this a little bit more useful. Let me show you what I mean. The headlights and taillights are hugely different from the previous model, just out of interest. There's a button just here that you press just below the reversing camera, which by the way is very good, and it opens up this boot. So like the previous model, the boot opening is really small, relatively speaking. However, in this boot, and there's no spare, you have to have a puncture kit, which as we know never works. You get 4 wheels in here for a track day. So you put the seats down and apparently it can fit 4 track day wheels in. So you take your wheels off, put them at the track, put the track wheels on, drive around the track, take them off, put them back in the boot, put your wheels back on and drive home. Frankly, I'd rather stay at home with a gin and tonic. The inside of this is very compact. There's not a lot of room, so there's not a lot of space to put gadgets and stuff. There is an electronic dash. There's no head-up display. The glove box here, by the way, that is where the 12-volt outlet is for my Navman. And it's right up the back and really difficult to get to. Similarly difficult to get to are the USB outlets just here. Now you can see that is my CarPlay2air. When it starts up, you'll see how long that takes to connect. The next gadget is my Journey. My view is you need a bigger windscreen. There's not a lot of real estate here, so this is just to show you how it works. But in the bottom of it, USB-C, which turns this into a charge outlet. You plug that into a fast USB or a 12-volt fast USB converter, and it turns that into a charge unit. Now, on the packaging it says gets rid, and on the website it says gets rid of excess cables. But you can't, unless you've got one of those USBs up here, like in some of the utes, you're not getting rid of any cables. And this little unit here also has a bit that fits into vents, but you see if I fit that in there, in this case, it's going to be down over the screen, so not much good to me. So I'm not going to use that in this case, but you know, it is a great thing and it's perfect if you do want to go on a long trip especially. All right, so this is a manual. It comes on also in a 6-speed auto, and as I said outside, they're the same price. This top GTS model is around 45,000 and some change. You press the GR button, the car springs into life. So let me just turn the volume down. Alrighty. Put that onto auto. One thing I noticed about this infotainment screen, big as it is quite sort of slow to respond. You'll notice in a moment my Apple CarPlay will come up once it recognizes the CarPlay2air. Now, I've read a couple of reviews online of the CarPlay2air, and frankly, it wasn't all that brilliant. There it is. Once it comes up, it changes to the CarPlay2air screen. Once it connects to wireless CarPlay, it's then draining your phone. So it's horses for courses. I probably wouldn't use this all the time. All right, to our zippy little 86. It's got a flopsy-dopsy indicator. It's one of those kind of like the old BMW ones that used to flick down and then it flicks back up. All right. Whoops. Right gear, Alan. But it feels plenty nippy. And I really do like that almost 3-cylinder sound that the flat fours have. It's sort of this funny little rasp. I wanted to show you this. Some of the radio station lists are missing. There's nothing on SBS, ABC, and I pressed update a couple of times. It's not one of those ones that allowed you to have all of the 3 genres. You can feel how nice and nippy that is. Oh, that's lovely. Beautiful little gearbox. Wonderful clutch. There is a little gear indicator on the dashboard, but it's a little bit behind. So if I go up to 5, it's just changed now. So then we get onto the cabin. This suede look is really lovely. And the other advantage of suede is that it holds you in corners, something that you really don't notice until you're on a track and you're sliding around like a rag doll. But all of the adjustment is electric and you can't tilt the seat. You can raise it, but you can't tilt it. But the driving position is fantastic. As it always has been for 86s, it's very low, very low. Now we've had a couple of hot hatches in the last few weeks. The GR Corolla, which of course threw a clutch, and the Honda Type R. Both of those are probably 30,000 more expensive than this. So it makes for a hard comparison. One might argue that they are better value for money, even though they cost a lot more, because the Honda at 72,600, or is it 72,300 drive away, has all the safety gadgets and gizmos, plus it has proper back seats.
Oh, you're in the car again.
Yeah. Yeah, it was... No, it's all right.
I can't hear you like last time.
Oh, okay, I'll talk to you in about 3 minutes. So you can see the problem now that there's no storage space, there are no little bins. There are bottle and can holders in the doors, but the cup holders are back here, and that's your only storage. So there's a tiny glove box, but nowhere to put knickknacks, nowhere to put a phone, which is why I was talking about that phone gadget before. Now, what I will do is see if the phone's any clearer plugged in. Wow, that connected to CarPlay really fast. That was remarkably fast. So let's just see what happens. Hi, Alan speaking. Well, there you go. I just had a phone call, which of course I didn't want to put on the screen, using the cord, and it was really clear. So it is entirely possible that CarPlay2air is not actually much good for calls. Great for connecting your phone and music and so forth, but it seems that the calls might be a bit dodgy. I think the joy about it, as they said on AbFab, a nippy yippy biscuit tin, is that it is just so perky and so much fun and so joyous. Now we're at 80 again. You can just hear that little bit of a drumming from the wheels. Don't know if you'll pick it up on the video because these mics are great at blocking out. Now quiet, now noisy, now quiet. Fuel consumption is sitting right on 10 litres per 100 kilometres. Not bad for a car that you really are going to put your foot down because you want to and because you can. So let's wrap it up. I think the cabin is nice quality. There's a a little bit of slightly hard plastic, but it isn't scratchy. There's loads of lovely soft micro suede. The sound system is adequate, but one of the biggest things I think about this is the lack of driver and safety aids. This is a bare bones car. There's no camera up here anywhere, so there's no AEB. There is blind spot monitor, but it's not active. And there is cruise control down here, but that's not active either. That's all this week from Toyota GR86 and the two nifty gadgets, the Journey and the CarPlay2air. As always, hit like, leave a comment, and just over there to subscribe.